Okay, here is the state of the number 3 one-room schoolhouse. Later on, a church for 2 different congregations in its current state of disrepair. Very sadly, this wall's been coming in. As is the wall on the other side. That's starting to really come in. You can see the light in there at near the bottom where some of the soil is giving way there. There's the original boiler unit and everything. And seeing through here, though, I remember from before, a nice layering of different faux brick material all the way down to the original siding here. You can see where the next layer of siding is, the original wooden board siding, and all the layering up to the asphalt shingles here, or asbestos shingles. These 2 bushes were a lot smaller ones. They've been allowed to overgrow to hide this, because it's not a pretty picture at the moment. It's supposed to have been moved some time ago, but never was. And it can't really be restored on site, so hopefully it'll be salvaged for whatever usable materials there are from the olden days. When it was first built, you see this subsidence here in the ground around it. As you can see, there's been no gutters, so the water has been just coming down and causing the structure to collapse inward. This building was constructed by 1883, although some wooden members of it are very old. They probably come from other buildings before this was built. They still have bark on some of the beams down below here, so might have come from other buildings. And they recycled building materials all the time back then. We see the holes in the ceiling here from the sconces, and the sort of uplifted stage. Now, originally this stage is either the original reconditioned later or a new one, but an upraised platform like this did exist somewhat in this spot for the teacher's desk to be. All this that you're seeing on the walls here, this otherwise really beautiful wainscoting, which I would like to salvage in its own right, actually, was added later on during its church days. These are modified windows. In fact, you can see the apostolic markings here. That was first painted on the Greek Orthodox cross. This is it's a Catholic, but you have your Greek or Eastern European touches. This is a confession booth or some kind of vent, but probably confession booth. On the other side here, we have linoleum flooring. So that might have been some kind of confession booth right here or something along those lines. And this is the main room. The ceiling is still original from the schoolhouse days, but the walls have been covered over in a board material that you can kind of see through right there. If you look at the edge up there, where some of the upper material was pulled down later on, you can see the original walls and what the original walls were covered in, same as the ceiling is on the walls practically. And that occurs all the way around the building yet. So the original walls are actually behind this drywall paneling here. Originally, this arrangement of the doors and this here, these walls are different. then there would have been maybe two different entrances here originally, or there would have been two different doorways here, one for boys and one for girls. Not every schoolhouse was like this, but a lot of them were. And then these doors are later. I mean, a lot of what you're seeing in this building here was all added later. It's not original to the building. There's some floor replacement there. This is pretty much the original floor, though, here. Held up nicely over a long time. Yeah, this was a one-room schoolhouse, and a lot of kids came and went through here. It's allegedly a haunted place. I've borne witness to some of that, really. So it's definitely has a past. And then this back here is some mess. Closet there. The restroom is around the corner. The door to the outside over there. Some more of that mid-century linoleum tile. This is where the Shrine of the Infant Jesus or the Palatine Fathers first started. This was their first congregational hall. And then another church took over from it. And then everything was built out back more to accommodate. Yeah, it's definitely a serious shame that this building is coming down as it is. I won't even go in the basement anymore. I don't want this thing falling down on top of me. The future use of this building is not known. I don't think it's going to be salvaged intact. We'll try to take what we can out of it. That's original to the schoolhouse era of the building. Other than that, it is as you see it. There's a modern shrine way back in there. The entrance to the shrine and the building itself. Number 3, one-room schoolhouse. There's a lamppost out front, by the way, when you come by, that actually comes from the Wurlitzer factory. It used to be one of dozens that line the way along a couple of avenues that ranged out from the front of the Wurlitzer complex, and that's one of them. Must have been salvaged in the 70s or something and reinstalled here. This is Justin Wheatfield, Town Historian, September 5th, 2023. Latest report.